Hello everybody and welcome to the Daytona International Speedway for the 2004 Daytona 500. As we get ready to begin the new season, of course, Kevin Harvick, your defending champion, will start this race from the 5th position, looking to get back-to-back championships and back-to-back Daytona 500 wins as he won the 2003 championship and the Daytona 500. Tony Stewart starts on the pole, who's in the Final Four last year, alongside Dale Earnhardt Jr., one of the heavy favorites to win this race. Scott Wimmer, the rookie, in 3rd. Jimmy Johnson, 4th. Harvick, Nemechek, Jarrett Sadler. As your green and underway in the Daytona 500, Tony Stewart takes the green, followed by Dale Earnhardt Jr. here at Daytona, who will get the Harley J. Earl Trophy. We will find out. Harvick, of course, they're going to go back-to-back. He won it in 03, looking to win it again in 04. Of course, Michael Waltrip, your 02 winner, and then Bobby Labonte won it in 01. So those are our most recent Daytona 500 winners. But is Tony Stewart clear for the race leads? Scott Wimmer running in 2nd as Dale Jr.'s top side of the racetrack is going nowhere, losing momentum, dropping back, losing positions on the racetrack. So Stewart in the lead, Wimmer 2nd, Harvick 3rd, Jr. and Jarrett fight for 4th behind them. As once again 2-3 wide throughout the pack here, but Tony Stewart in control early, looking to continue the most strong momentum he had at the end of 2003, which ended in heartbreak in the finale at Homestead, crashing out, finishing 4th of the championship 4 after having a very fast car, and unfortunately did not get the championship there. Unfortunate for Tony. But now here comes Kevin Harvick looking for the race lead. Your reigning winner of the Daytona, your reigning Daytona 500 champion, Kevin Harvick. He's looking to take the lead here from Tony Stewart at Daytona, and he will. Kevin Harvick now into the lead here in the Daytona 500, looking to get back-to-back 500 trophies. He's got help from Matt Kenseth and Jeff Gordon behind him. So your three most recent champions right now running 1, 2, 3 on the inside lane. Harvick, your 03 champion. Kenseth, your 02 champion. Of course, Jeff Gordon, your 2001 champion, all running 1, 2, 3 on this inside lane right now. And leading the field here, Harvick, Kenseth, Gordon, then Stewart and Jimmy Johnson as the 48 was working with Jeff Gordon, his teammate. They're trying to work together here to stay to the front of the field, but Harvick and Kenseth run 1-2, trying to get themselves a Daytona 500 win. Of course, Matt Kenseth has not won this race. He was winless all of last season, ended up finishing 18th on the point standings. Tough year for Kenseth in 2003. Not the way he wanted that to go, trying to get a bounce back here in 2004. Behind them, Ricky Rudd trying to pass Jeff Gordon for 3rd, though Kevin Harvick will continue to lead, and Harvick will lead us 4 laps into the Daytona 500. Now on to lap 24. Caution has come out. Jeff Gordon, Kevin LePage, Brian Vickers, and Ricky Rudd are way off the pace. Something must have happened there, but Tony Raines scores the lead as a caution comes out, and now we are back underway here on lap number 28. Tony Stewart is your leader. Behind him, you have the 09 of Johnny Benson, the 8 of Dale Earnhardt Jr., the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, and the 41 of Casey Mears, your top 5. As you get ready to begin this stage, continue on here on lap 28, which we do. Stewart in the lead. Jr. already going to the bottom, stuck behind the lap car of Kevin LePage, that number 4 machine for Morgan McClure Motorsports, having a tough start to their season. But Stewart has the lead right now as he's alongside LePage, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. is through out of the inside lane. Here comes Earnhardt Jr. Dale looking for the lead here and looking to win the Daytona 500. Can you do it? Dale Earnhardt Jr. going to the inside of Stewart, but here comes Casey Mears, pulls him 3 wide. Earnhardt went too deep into the side drafting there with Kevin LePage and allows Casey Mears to undercut both him and Stewart. Stewart almost into the wall. He is into the wall there. Casey Mears now to the lead, clears Earnhardt, and now Mears is going to have help from Jeremy Mayfield and Michael Waltrip charging by in the bottom lane as Jr. is now dropping back as his move nearly worked, and now he's dropping back. He's been stuck in the outside lane. Mikey goes to help out Dale, and now he goes back to the inside to block their former teammate of Steve Park, driving that number 7 for Ultra Motorsports. How about the 19? Jeremy Mayfield had a very strong end to the 2003 season. The final 10 races had a really good run there. Got a couple of top 10s, a couple of top 5s. Ended the season about top 20 in the points standings. As he leads the way, Mears and Michael Waltrip fight for 2nd here down this back straightaway. Behind them, you got Steve Park and Dale Earnhardt Jr. fighting it out. But it is Mayfield leading the Daytona 500 here in 2004. Michael Waltrip, of course, won this 2 seasons ago, running in 2nd, trying to get his 2nd ever Daytona 500 victory, chasing down Mayfield for this victory. Behind them, you got Park and Mears. But it's Jeremy Mayfield leading here at Daytona. 30 laps into stage number 1. So some lap cars. There's absolutely no hood on that Morgan Shepherd machine. His Racing for Jesus car is absolutely destroyed here at Daytona. But it is Jeremy Mayfield leading Michael Waltrip now on to lap 55, I think. Or rather, no, lap 58 here, lap 58. This is with 3 to go, coming to 2 to go in stage 1. Casey Mears leads, Terry Labonte running in 2nd, Scott Riggs 3rd, Nemechek, Kenny Wallace, and Harvick the top 6, all in the mix, fighting for the stage win right now. Right now, Casey Mears leading, looking for the stage win. He's got a very strong stage run behind him. Terry Labonte and the 01 of Joe Nemechek for the MB2 Motorsports team is charging. Now just 2 laps to go in stage 1. Can Mears hold on and get a stage win, the Daytona 500? He came in for his rookie season was last season, of course, came in for the last, I'd say about 18 races. Ran it out there, did okay, nothing special. So we'll see what he can do with that number 41 Target Dodge for Chip Ganassi Racing. Terry Labonte, of course, won 3 times, made it to the round of 8 last season, trying to replicate the very good run there he had last season. And then you got Joe Nemechek running in third, 0-1, new team. Of course, left Hendrick Motorsports after that Atlanta win at the end of last season and moved on here to in Daytona in this MB2 Motorsports US Army 01 car. Then got Kenny Wallace in the 00 for Michael Waltrip Racing, Scott Riggs in the 10, and Kevin Harvick in the 29. As it is, your race leader is the 41 of Casey Mears here with on the last lap of stage 1. He gets blocked in. There's a tons of lap traffic here. You got Tony Raines, Matt Kenseth, and Ryan Newman lap traffic holding up Mears. Now Terry Labonte to the inside. Terry Labonte now going to take the lead away from Casey Mears, who's slowed down behind the lapper of Kenseth, as are Nemechek and Kenny Wallace. Here comes Riggs and Kevin Harvick, who are now on the charge. It is still Terry Labonte now leading the Daytona 500, looking for the stage 1 win. A early playoff point could be crucial come playoff time. Every playoff point matters. Here comes Scott Riggs, a beautiful 3-wide move to the inside lane, and Scott Riggs will take the lead away from Terry Labonte in that number 10 car. And Kevin Harvick runs second. As you got cars coming down pit road, Harvick and Kenny Wallace are coming down pit road with Nemechek here on the last stop of the stage. They're going to come down in pit. And as the side-by-side for the stage wins, Scott Riggs will win stage 1, followed by Terry Labonte, Brendan Gaughan, Casey Mears, Jeremy Mayfield, Jason Leffler. Then it's going to be the 09 of Johnny, the 32 of Craven, the 09 of Johnny Benson, the 31 of Robbie Gordon, and the 42 of Jamie McMurray, your top 10, as Scott Riggs wins stage 1 in a shocking turn of events. Now we get back underway here on lap number 65 in stage 2. Kenny Wallace scores your leader. Kyle Petty in the 45 trying to stay on the lead lap right in front of him. Harvick is second, Nemechek third, Jeff Burton having a great run in fourth right now, and Mark Martin in fifth as the Roush cars really try to bounce back. I mean, Jeff Burton has had some tough runs here lately for that Roush Racing team in that 99. Now we spectate the damaged, super slow lap car of Morgan Shepherd, or as we call him, Roller Skater Boy, holding up Kevin Harvick, Joe Nemechek, and a whole line of cars on the outside. Look at all the cars on the inside, just flying by everyone on the outside lane here, because there's how slow Morgan Shepherd is going with that damage. He is stacking up everybody right now. That 89 car is not built to be out here. Harvick trying to dive to the inside, gets blocked by Terry Labonte. And now Shepherd goes down the block of Labonte. Now they're 3 wide behind him. And there's a huge gap between the lead pack and the second pack. Now here comes Nemechek on the outside. He will get around Morgan Shepherd. Terry Labonte moves to the inside. He will go by. Here comes Stewart, Robbie Gordon, Brendan Gaughan, all finding their way by. Harvick and many others. Jeff Burton, Mayfield, Earnhardt, all getting stacked up back here, losing positions on the racetrack, trying to find their way through into contention here. Morgan Shepherd still blocking aggressively. Mayfield goes by Harvick. So they're 4 wide behind Harvick. That is Johnson, Burton, Earnhardt, and Mike Bliss. There's some cutting to the wall. They go, and upside down goes Jeff Burton. Dale Jr. is into the wall. Mike Bliss is around. Todd Bodine. Ward Burton gets damaged. Sterling Marlin is collected. Jeff Green in the 43, a big hit into the back end of Bodine. A horrible crash as the big one strikes at Daytona in stage number 2. Jeff Burton upside down, barrel rolling down the back straight away. As 4 wide does not work. Mike Bliss slides up into Junior. They get turned to the wall hard by Burton. Burton up in the air. Todd Bodine gets launched. Junior spins. Mike Bliss a big contact to the outside wall. They crash big time. Then Mark Martin piles in. You got damage there for 0 of Ward Burton. Then Sterling Marlin ends up clipping Dale Earnhardt Jr. Machine in that whole crash. And some heavy hitters damaged and out of this race. Look at the big damage from Earnhardt right there. Jeff Burton up and over. Mike Bliss collected. So many guys involved. Big damage all around. Burton, Jr., Bodine, Harvick avoids it. Harvick and Jimmy Johnson, so lucky. They avoid this on the top here. We're right on board with Dale Earnhardt Jr. through this crash. See that big contact right there from Sterling Marlin right at the end. Might do Dale in and knock him out of this race. He also, I think, got landed on at one point by Jeff Burton. Now, if you want to see a wild ride, here we go. We're going to go the SKF on board here with Jeff Burton. Wow, what a wild ride Burton went on right there. Barrel rolling, landing on cars, having a wild crash. Now we go on board with the Slim Jim machine, piloted by Mike Bliss and that number 80 who's right in the middle of this sandwich. See what happens to him. he got landed on by Burton right there at the back end of that incident, then avoids Bodine and all the other carnage. Now, one final look at the big one here at Daytona here. Jeff Burton up and over, Earnhardt Jr. taken out as well. So Jeff Burton, Todd Bodine, Dale Earnhardt Jr. all going to be out of this race from that crash. As well as Morgan Shepherd. His insanity run's finally going to be over of just causing chaos. Back to front, Kenny Wallace will be your leader here at Daytona. Trying to get back-to-back Daytona wins. Now on to the last lap of Stage 2. It is RCR 1-2. Robbie Gordon leading Kevin Harvick. Michael Waltrip runs in third place, having another great Super Speedway run, even though he lost his teammate of Dale Jr. in the big one. And then you got a ways back, like 6 seconds behind these guys. You got a whole bunch of guys. You know, you got Scott Riggs, 8 seconds, sorry, 6.0 seconds. So 6 seconds back to Michael Waltrip is Scott Riggs. He's in a pack back there with Johnny Sauter, Dale Jarrett, Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson, Brian Vickers. A bunch of guys back there are in that pack, but right now these three are gone. Robbie Gordon, Harvick, and Mikey as they work their way through 3 and 4 for the final time in stage number 2. Robbie Gordon about to get his first stage win of the 2004 season, trying to back up a 2-win 2003 campaign, which was led by a very strong wins at New Hampshire and Sonoma. As Robbie Gordon wins stage 2 of the Daytona 500, followed by Kevin Harvick in second, Michael Waltrip in third. Here comes Johnny Sauter to make it 3 RCR cars in the top 4, then Dale Jarrett in fifth. Then it is Vickers, Riggs, Stewart, McMurray, and Bobby Labonte are top 10 in stage 2. So Robbie Gordon, your stage 2 winner. Now we move on to just 5 to go in the Daytona 500. Jimmy Johnson now leading, looking for the win in the Daytona 500. Johnson leading, Mayfield second, Nemechek third, Kenny Wallace fourth, Rusty battling Robbie Gordon for fifth. So Johnson trying to hold on here. They got the lap car of Biffle in front of them, holding them up, and now they call it back to Newman, Kurt Busch, and LePage. Oh, brother. This could be a tough scenario for the leaders to navigate here in the closing laps of this race. Jimmy Johnson goes high with Jeremy Mayfield trying to make the high lane work, but they're going to get blocked here. There goes Newman and LePage, block Jimmy Johnson. I'm sorry, Kurt Busch and LePage. Now it's just Newman on the bottom, and here comes Joe Nemechek and Rusty Wallace as Joe Nemechek now been leading the Daytona 500, and that's 01 U.S. Army Chevrolet. He is leading as Johnson made the wrong decision, is now stuck behind Kurt Busch, and that lane is going nowhere. All those guys, their hopes might be ruined in winning this race. So now it's Nemechek battling Rusty Wallace as he gets by Newman, now stuck behind LePage. Now just 4 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Nemechek leads, Rusty Wallace second. There is Brian Vickers. Harvick is there. Stuart Robbie, we got a whole pack of cars going after it here for the Daytona 500 victory. Who is it going to be? It's going to be one hell of a finish, I can tell you that right now. Nemechek leading, Rusty Wallace second, Brian Vickers, the rookie, in third. And how about Kevin Harvick looking for back-to-back Daytona 500 wins, your defending season champion, running in fourth, trying to get it done here in the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series opener. As he goes to the inside of Vickers, Vickers and Harvick get a tandem move and go right by. They hang out. Rusty Wallace, that two now dropping back. He was trying to have a last moment of glory, finally win the Daytona 500, but it does not look like that will be the case. And all these guys get stacked up by lap traffic. Might be down to just a select few in contention. Nemechek continues to lead. Harvick now on the inside of Vickers for second. Now just 3 to go at Daytona. Joe Nemechek leading, trying to win the Daytona 500 for the first time in his career, and for the first time for MB2 Motorsports and the number 01 machine for the U.S. Army. Would be a huge moment for him as he just left Hendrick Motorsports. And what a statement it would make by winning the Daytona 500 in his first race after leaving HMS. Kevin Harvick second for his second consecutive Daytona 500 championship, and trying to get another back-to-back championship run here. Of course, he's their defending Cup Series champion. Behind them, you got Brian Vickers third, Rusty Wallace fourth. The lap car Biffle might play a factor in this. Nemechek still leading, Harvick second, Vickers third, and that is Rusty Wallace in fourth. Behind them, Kyle Petty, Tony Stewart, and Johnny Benson trying to work with the lapper of Biffle to get back into contention. Now, just 2 to go here at Daytona. Here comes Kevin Harvick to the inside for the lead. 2 to go at Daytona. Harvick on the inside of Nemechek, and Harvick will take the lead at Daytona. Looking to get back-to-back Daytona 500 victories. He has taken the lead with just 2 to go. Another clinical move by Harvick. Last season, he did it on the last lap. Today, it's with 2 to go. Vickers, Rusty Wallace, Kyle Petty, Johnny Benson. What will they have to say about this battle? As now Greg Biffle goes to the inside of Rusty Wallace. Rusty gets hung out by the second-year driver of Biffle, who's 1 lap down, racing like he's fighting for the win right now. Going right to the inside of Rusty Wallace. He's going to give Brian Vickers the draft. The question is, does the rookie of Vickers have enough in him to go up there, chase down Harvick, and make the pass to win the Daytona 500 in his first ever Nextel Cup Series start? Here comes Biffle now the inside of Vickers. Exactly what Kevin Harvick wants to see. White flag in the air. Final laps right cut one bank at Daytona for Kevin Harvick. He has the gap back to Vickers. Lap car. Biffle now looking to be a blocker. How about Kyle Petty, Johnny Benson? They are now into third and fourth, looking to take second and third away through 1 and 2 here. As they just followed Greg Biffle, and he has shown the way for these guys right back into contention. How about the 45? Kyle Petty looking for a tremendous upset win for Petty Enterprises, for him to win the Daytona 500. This would be an incredible moment here. Biffle catching up to the 29 of Harvick. Harvick just blocks low. Has lead. Here's Ward Burton. The big stack up. Ward is going to stack up Harvick. Here comes Kyle Petty. He goes to the high side. He's got to run. We got a battle. Now the 0 goes to the top. Blocks Petty, Vickers, and Nemechek. Now it's a run back to the line. And Kevin Harvick is going to win the Daytona 500 for the second season in a row. Johnny Benson, your runner-up. Rusty Wallace, Stewart, Petty, the top 5. Then it is Vickers, Nemechek, Waltrip, McMurray, and Jimmy Johnson, the top 10 here in the Daytona 500. How about that? Kevin Harvick back-to-back Daytona 500 wins as he holds off a late charge from Johnny Benson in the 09 Mikusuki machine. What a win by Kevin Harvick. And he is back in the playoffs once again, looking for another run at a second consecutive championship as well. Starting just like he did last season, starting hot. See the race results on the left side of your screen, the long list of DNFs, and we'll have the updated point standings in a few short moments. Now we get the point standings after the first race of the season. Not much is going to, a lot of this is going to be changing. So not much to be taken for this. Only one race in. Of course, Harvick, 1 win. He's in the playoffs. That's the only really notable thing that we have to take care of. As you see the rest of the guys who had some good runs to Daytona and currently sit in. But this is all going to change wildly over the next couple of weeks. So until the next episode of Rockingham, I hope you all have a good one.